Alright, so I know I said I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or not. So I decided I am going to do this. I have taken the new piece that I made like this and I've stuck it in the lathe. And what I plan on doing, like I already had the corners lopped off. I got it set up in the lathe, all centered, just friggin' perfect, like a than half a thou. What I'm going to do is I'm going to center drill it, seeing as I've recently learned so much about tailstock support, and I have relieved the corners a bit with the grinder as well, and I'm going to spin it into a taper so I can get two perfect 45s on either side, and it won't look all kind of cockeyed like that, because I want this to look just bang on. I want it to look awesome. So that's the next part of my plan here. And then after I get that done, we're going to do some layout and not do that. Good God. And definitely not do that. And drill some holes and possibly some tapping. Who knows? We'll just play it by ear. Alright, so there's our setup. As before, we're just going to move our depth with the cross feed, and travel will be strictly limited to the compound, giving us our 45. So hopefully this all pans out good. I'm going to center drill it. Hopefully that works good too, because those are some really bad center drills. We'll slap a little oil on there just to make sure. Get some clearance here just to make sure. Everything should be tight. Give it a check just to make sure. Because, yeah, I want to fucking kill myself here. Okay. I think we're good. We're engaged. Oh, I don't like how that went. Oh shit. See what I mean about the tightening stuff? Like the tailstock perhaps? That would be helpful. Alright. Take two. Alright, that should be enough. Alright, so it looks like we're all set up here. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Alright. Here goes everything. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Okay. I really don't know how accurate my tool is on here. Or I mean my cuts on the grinder. They're pretty close, but it could be a little bit off actually, now that I think about it. We'll just have to take it real slow. Alright, so I have to change the tool around a little bit. The angle of the tool was screeching a little, and plus we're going to change the direction a little bit too, just to accommodate the tool itself. I don't have any left-handed tools. I think a left-handed tool would be called for here, I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll try 15 thou since it's supported. I know. Took the opportunity to sharpen the tool as well. I think we're only hitting one side of the work right now, so once we hit accommodate a 45 on both sides, I think this will go a little smoother. This is working much better than the other setup. Try to pick up the pace a little too. Out, you alright? Oh, feels good. I think we're hitting both sides now too. So yeah, looks like, oh, that's gonna look awesome. Check that out. That's gonna look awesome. Fuck yeah. We are gonna have to bring our travel back here somehow. We're running out of room. Nah, yeah, we're good now. I think. Fuck, I hope we got enough room with the tailstock. Look at that one. Oh my god, that looks freaking awesome. Almost there. That's gonna be awesome. Fuck yeah. I like it. I'm gonna have to, oh, fucking son of a. I have to bring this carriage up just a smidge more, I think. Oh man, that's awesome. And one more pass and should take clear care of those corners right there. right. That looks pretty freaking cool, man. I like that. Awesome. I'm going to face this off and bring it down back a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. I think that's just about perfect right there. We don't need this anymore. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm going to have to modify this late with a few things. Okay. A cam or a wedge lock nut for that tailstock would be nice. Yeah, decent little chips off that. Sure helps to have some tailstock support. I'll never think of it as a hindrance ever again, that's for sure. I hope this panned out as good as I hope it. I think it did. Oh, it looks pretty good. I'm going to face that off so it's not so pointy looking. Nope, should be good right there. You know what? I'm going to call that done. Well, just about done. Well, I think something's wrong. Something's definitely wrong. Yeah, nobody got hurt. Part looks straight. I had to sand out some of those swirls that are throwing me off, but I'm pretty sure that that sucker is bang on there. It's got to be. Well, 45 as well. Not necessarily 45, but I don't know. Yeah, fuck it. For some reason, it just something looks off on it. I don't know what. Look at that. Let's see. 21 mil ish. Freaking 21 mil, bang on. I don't know. It looks. It's got to be perfect. I think the swirls are just throwing me off, making it look crooked or some shit. Something's weird. Something's weird. I don't know. But it still looks pretty cool. That's neat. That's gotta be one thing I haven't seen on YouTube yet. Tapering a piece of square crap. Awesome. Alright, that was a little stressful. So I got this all lined up. It was a little tricky. I don't have a whole lot of tool holding capability. Or work holding capability. I got a little vise and a really crappy old 4-inch clamp. But mostly that I use for doing brakes. It did work. Yeah, I could have used some transfer punches. Would have been really nice. What I did, I just kind of used one of those crappy center drills to I sharpened up the one end, stuck it in the drill bit, stuck it in the bench grinder, sharpened it up really good, and used that for a transfer punch, and it worked. So I can't complain. Yep, and these $1 bolts, apparently I had to chase these all out with a tap. Or a die, I mean. I had to run a die over them. They're all just too big and they wouldn't fit down. Maybe it's the tap size, I don't know. So in any case, now what I gotta do is I gotta line up some holes here and put a little flat spot there. Well, I might try on that other piece first. See how that works out, because it's kind of similar. I got these 8% M42 8% cobalt fancy roughing end mills. Well, I got one, 1/2 inches, so it should fit in my drill press. And hopefully it's just enough to give it a little bit of a kiss there and flatten it out. And then I can punch it, drill it to 5/16, and then again run a tap partial of the way down. And then the pins will be the rest of the way. The bolt will push in, push the pin to lock the dovetail, and Bob's your uncle. That's the plan. Let me get set up here, and we'll see what happens. All right, so I have never used one of these before. I've done a little bit of research, and I know those other crappy end mills, you couldn't plunge mill with them. But these ones apparently got, it looks like it's a split flute design, so I think you can plunge mill with these, I think. This is a big 3/4 one I was going to use on for hogging out big stuff, which we'll get to that at a later date. So I bolted this down. I put one bolt, and the rest of it's resting against the back of the unit. Jacked up the RPM a little bit, so it's only 1/2 inch end mill. I think they go by surface feet per minute and blah blah blah, so I think it's supposed to be like 400 RPM or something like that. So I don't know, I put it on medium. I don't know what the hell the RPM is on this thing. my $95 drill press, but so far it hasn't let me down. So she's all clamped up, relatively rigid. Engage. See what happens. Oh boy. Well, I think that'll work. That's all I really got to do, is just put a little flat spot in something. Let's see how that panned out here. Huh? That's all I really got to do, is just put a little flat spot in there. It's not overly flat, to be honest, from the touch of it. Well, I think it'll work. I don't know. Let's see if I wreck my end mill or not. That'll be interesting. Almost $30. These are the Cobalt versions, so they're supposed to be tough, but they are AccuSize, so who the fuck knows, right? They're not the top name brand. They do look pretty nice though. Beautifully ground. And it looks like we actually chipped it already. Oh, you see that? Looks like we chipped that one tooth already a little bit. Unless they're supposed to look like that. I think it's okay though. We'll see. Let's see if she lasts for 2 little cuts and then see what happens. Okay, so I gotta tilt this to a 45 and all that, and yeah, I'll get back to you on that one. Alright, so that is basically the setup there. It's not the greatest, I tightened everything up pretty good, Used some forceps and a pair of pliers for those bolts. Just kidding. I used the wrenches. So hopefully, I'm going to pilot it with a 532 drill bit, and then step it up to a 5/16 drill bit, and it should be got it all laid out. I'm not going to bother with that end mill thing. I don't think. I'll just peck at it at first with the little bit, and hopefully she don't bugger off on me too bad. I don't think it will. That's not an overly dramatic curve on there. I think it'll be just fine. So let's see if we can't drill this bad boy out here without creating a disaster. this before we go all full bore on this. Oh, it won't matter now anyway. Should be about center of the hole right there. Yep, I think we're good. Close enough. It's a bit of a deep hole, so you got to kind of peck at it and let it clear the chips, otherwise you'll be snapping a drill bit off. Might anyway, so. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Then I'll take the 5/16, do that, flip the work around, rinse and repeat, and then we'll tap this about halfway through. Then we'll be ready to put the vise on the compound, which will be on here, which will be on the mill. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna do the rest off camera. You kind of get the gist of it. Just drilling a hole, stepping it up, blah blah blah. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, just do a little backtrack here. So that end mill was actually spinning quite a bit too fast, according to this. I didn't even know this was here. I just usually leave it on low speed. I didn't even bother to look at the speed. So oops. So yeah, it was probably good right where it was at before. Oh well, live and learn. Oh man, I can't frickin' believe it. Drilled the right side. All right. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm probably gonna take these little guys and shorten the profile a little bit in the lathe, just a smidge, because I don't want to take it too much meat out of here, because that's kind of where all the strength is going to be. Those are going to be countersunk into there. So if I can take a little bit off the back side, a little bit off the front side, maybe. I don't know. I'll try to spin them in the lathe. We'll see how that goes. If not, I'll just have to drill them a little deeper. I want to leave as much meat in there as possible, though, just to keep it as rigid as possible, naturally. That's pretty much the gist of it. That's how it's going to look. Well, with that flat, of course. Yeah, those turned out really nice. And that'll get tapped out. And the pins will be poking through there. And that got screwed onto there. Sweet. She's working out. No more screw ups, boys. Well, there she is, folks. Hard part's over. And check out this fit up. I'll try to get that fucking camera just right. Oh. That doesn't get any fucking squarer than that. No way. That's just barely kissing it. Just barely kissing. No pressure on there whatsoever. Just fucking boom. Just barely kissing it. That's your end result right there. Just boom. Barely touching. Oh my god. Perfect. That's her. That's going to be the milling attachment. She looks pretty fucking spiffy. Rolling down the track. She's going to have a compound on top of her at some point. Hard part's over. Just gotta finish up with those and turn them into a vise. Hope you guys all enjoyed this, man, because that is a very satisfying little jobby right there. Looks pretty too. Well, there she is, folks. I I honestly did not expect it to turn out quite as well as it did. But she is super tight. I drilled these and countersunk them. And I actually took the bolts down a bit so I could leave them as much meat in there as possible. And I got a little drill bit, old drill bit in there, used for to clamp onto the dovetail. It's all nicely oiled up already. And she comes on and off the machine easy. Got lots, no, very little slop when you put her on loose. So yeah, last night I actually had to recenter this and add a little relief in there. I wasn't going to, but when I stuck it on there, the dovetail on the unit, you know, that little dovetail, there's actually a little bit of a slope coming off the dovetail, and then it's flat. So I had to do that just to accommodate the little bit of slope on the actual machine. So yeah, I was kind of surprised by that. You know, that dovetail is actually kind of a bit on the sloppy side for supposedly a precision instrument. But yeah, I'm really happy how that turned out. Holy crap. I did not expect it to be that square. But that's right against the spindle. It doesn't get much more, and it doesn't get much more on the money than that. I'm so happy for this, because I guess second time's the charm. Everything tapped really nice. You know, despite the weird curve, it still turned out really good. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it right there. She's done. So I am super freaking happy how that turned out. It worked out really good. So I guess the next time I'll be working on that vise build. We'll be honing out that plate. We got a couple of plates already surfaced off and ready to go. Then we just got to put a little ridge in the one plate and weld in our little dovetail bobble thing here. And yeah, we'll weld the vise together. We'll get on that in the next video. Till then, thanks for watching, guys. This is great. This is a very splendid outcome on this particular project. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Peace out.